Holy record prices, Batman. You guys remember the other week when we had the Detective Comics 27 go for auction and sell for, what was it? $500,000 less than the previous sale. And we were thinking that Batman was no longer a character that anyone wanted to collect. Well, we were all wrong. It's not that people don't love Batman. It's that people don't want comic books anymore. They want to go to the newest, latest, greatest, hottest collectible in the collectible market. Of course, we're talking about DC trading cards. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swagahas. And in this one, we need to talk about big numbers. Once again, big numbers to the tune of $45,000 for the 1966 Batman rookie card in a PSA 9. What is going on with the DC trading card market? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about it. But of course, before I get into it, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I appreciate it. Helps support the channel doing those things. But let us get into this video here today. Now, there you see it, folks, right in front of you. The Batman rookie card, number 1 from the 1966 set. This card went up for auction just the other week, selling for a massive $45,000. I mean, can we zoom in on this one? Look at that bad boy right there. I mean, I gotta say, this is a really sweet card. You know, I don't know how many card collectors are out there. You know me, I do love me some Marvel cards and to an extension DC cards. I haven't talked a lot about the DC cards. I just grew up with the Marvel cards, but I still like it. I still like it all. And this right here is the holy grail when it comes to Batman trading cards. Now, what I think is most surprising of the sale is that within a calendar year, this number has doubled in value. I think that that is astonishing. If we go down here to the description, it says the 1966 Topps card, numbered as the first in its series, showcases the legendary pop culture hero Batman. This card is highly coveted by both sports cards enthusiasts and Batman aficionados alike. It features a dynamic and colorful depiction of Batman, emphasizing the character's role as a vigilante and perfectly captures the spirit of this iconic figure. As per the PSA population report at this time of this listing, 13 cards have achieved a grade of 9 with none higher. Now, I don't claim to be a trading card expert, but the fact that there are 13 PSA 9s out there and this card is selling for $45,000, I mean, that is crazy. That tells me that there is a lot of excitement, that there are a lot of people right now in the trading card market. And I gotta say, you know, I really do think that, you know, comic trading cards are still in their infantile period. I really do think that that community is only growing. I mean, shout out to Neo Cards and Comics and Manu the 99 Newsstand. You know, last night we had our conversation talking about, you know, PSA coming into the comic book grading game. And one of the, you know, finer points that we were mentioning there was, you know, the market of people that use PSA. You know, those that, you know, are into the sports cards hobby, you know, the trading card hobby, absolutely dwarfs that of comic book collecting. There are so many people that love trading cards. And for that reason, while it is surprising to see this number, you know, be so much, it's also kind of not surprising. I mean, there's just so many people out there that are excited about this stuff. I realize that this is, you know, the same sort of talking points that everyone was using about 90 MU, you know, during the initial Marvel trading card boom. And they were saying like, oh, just imagine, you know, the amount of sports card collectors that are going to go into Marvel trading cards. I realize it's a bit of a meme at this point. But now that we've had our correction, now that we've had our pullback, and now that the dust has sort of settled, it does feel like there is sort of organic growth now coming into the space. But let's talk a little bit more about this card right here. 1966 Batman. Shout out to Trading Card Database. If you guys don't know about this website, you can go over here. You can search, you know, basically every trading card that has ever been made. And I actually had the Batman cards pulled up. And you guys can see that, you know, 1966 was the first version of Batman trading cards. Of course, they had the original Adam West show that had a set. But, you know, most people like the, you know, more drawn art, the comic book art. That's kind of the ones that, you know, people who enjoy this aesthetic are really going to go for. And you can see that this set right here, the 1966 OPC Batman Black Bat logo, number 1, the Batman, is widely considered to be Batman's rookie card. This is the go-to, you know, holy grail when it comes to owning a Batman trading card, and, you know, for good reason. It's the number 1 in the set. It's incredible art. I mean, this set right here absolutely blows the Don Russ Marvel set out of the water. Both of them came out in 1966, but the art in this set is so much better than that of the Don Russ set, which, again, is one of the reasons why I think that the Don Russ set is always going to have a little bit of a struggle, catching fire. Although, I did do that video talking about how, the desire for those cards has been increasing. But, the aesthetics of them are always going to kind of pull them back a little bit. But this card right here is incredible, in my opinion. I mean, but the whole set, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, look at the artwork for a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of really cool cards, in this set overall. And there's so many Batman collectors that would love to have high-grade versions of these cards. Let me just continue to scroll through so you guys can sort of familiarize yourselves with the art. But really cool to see that such a big number was paid for this particular Top of Census card right here. Now, I did mention that this has doubled in price, and I think that this is kind of surprising. I mean, you sort of have to wonder, like, is this the ceiling, or are we, just starting to, be on the come up with a lot of these cards? But I went over here to Heritage, searched 1966 Batman PSA, and you can actually see, the other prior record for this was in July 15th of 2023. That same card in a PSA 9 sold for $25,000, which actually was a little bit higher than the sale that came shortly thereafter in November 18th of 2023, where this one sold for $19,200. So the card did take a $6,000 haircut later in the year. But here now in 2024, we are at $45,000. And I wonder if it's a little bit concerning because, like I already said at the beginning of the video, there's 13 other cards that are PSA 9 on the census. And within the last couple of years, we've seen 4 of them now go up for sale. Here in January of 2022, another PSA 9 sold for $15,090. So we sold for 5 figures here. We went up $10,000. We corrected back down $6,000. And then all of a sudden we sold for $25,000 more than that. So pretty crazy to see that. And it's also crazy to think about, how much these cards jump. I mean, here in the PSA 8, in January of 2022, this card sold for $9,000. But we're really starting to see the demand for a lot of these cards. I mean, here was a set that actually went on sale earlier this year in March of 2024. And you can see that, this 12 card set sold for $27,600, which is pretty wild overall because, these cards are available. They're out there. If you go over to eBay, you can find them. I mean, certainly not at the PSA 9, not in quite as high of a grade, but they are available. They are out there. And, I'm sure there's people who have collections of, raw cards as well that haven't gone into PSA yet or some other grading company. I mean, here you see Batman 1966 in a 5.0, with for a 700 or best offer. And look at that, 36 viewed in the last 24 hours. So that this sale right here definitely caused a lot of eyeballs to start to go into this trading card market. And maybe there's a lot of eyeballs coming into DC trading cards. As we recently heard from Upper Deck, last month, Upper Deck unveils action-packed DC trading cards. So, we're starting to get that excitement. The James Gunn universe is coming into effect. Upper Deck has a new deal with DC trading cards. Maybe we're going to start to see a little bit of a flurry of the DC card market. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. That was me just covering this sale. I thought it was a unique thing to talk about here on the channel today. I mean, $45,000, that's a lot. I mean, that's a bigger number than some of the Detective 31 sold for recently. I mean, would you rather have a PSA 9 of this 1966 Batman card, or would you rather have a Tech 31? I already know what your guys' answer are in the comments, but there's a lot of people out there that like trading cards. There's a lot of people out there that like PSA, and there's a lot of money coming into this market. Anyways, that's all for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next video.